Hi everyone, it's Helen here, your unit coordinator. I just wanted to go through some information in regards to our upcoming assignment, which is our essay, just before our live collaborate sessions next week. So here's our agenda. We're going to go through our assignment details, our resources, our rubric expectations, and referencing and submission information. So here's our assignment details. So you are writing an essay, and the title of your essay is going to be Explain How Children's Language Development Can Be Understood by Drawing on the Theories of the Early Stages of Language Acquisition and Development. So this is the nativitist theory, the behaviourist learning theory, and the interactionist theory. Your essay needs to include an introduction, which is about 10% of the total word count, and a body of your essay. So this is going to explain how each theory and give at least one language acquisition or development example to support your explanation of each theory, and a conclusion, which is going to sum up the key points you have made in your essay. And you need to ensure that you're including APA style in-text citations and a corresponding reference list. It is going to be prepared in a Microsoft Word document, and I can't stress it enough, include your APA style in-text citations and a corresponding reference list. Your reference list needs to be on a separate page. Please make sure that you do that. And all of the resources that you'll need to write this essay are going to have been provided in the learning materials in weeks 1 to 6. So they're all going to help you in this assessment. It is due on Monday the 8th of January at 5 p.m. so 2018. Can you believe it? We're almost there. It is a very busy time of the year, and we do understand that. But please, if you do think that you are going to need an extension, please contact your ELA early for 24 to 48 hour extensions. And if you think you need longer extensions, please fill out a form in the student portal. Please also be aware that it's a pretty quick turnaround to assignment 3, so you really don't want to be asking for really long extensions, because otherwise you're not going to be able to catch up, and this may put your marks release date in jeopardy later on in the teaching period. So just keep that in mind when you are applying for your extensions. Here's some fantastic resources that you can use, and these are all in the student portal. So I would really encourage you to go in and have a look at the referencing guide, your assignment support, and your essay writing guide. It really gives you some fantastic information. I just can't stress how great it is, that information in there that you can go in and have a look to give you some help in regards to that. Now, your ELA can provide assistance with specific questions, but we are unable to read drafts. It's just not in our job description, and some of us have 3 or 4 groups, and with 30 students in each, you can well imagine if we were asked to read that many drafts, it's going to take a lot of our time, and we just don't have the time, and we're not, unfortunately, not in our job description to do that. Here's a fantastic little infographic when you're thinking about your essay planning and structure. A little bit of a hamburger. So think about your introduction and your paragraphs as they go in between our hamburger and your conclusion. I am going to post these slides up on your board, so you'll be able to go through that one at your own leisure. Again, your Understanding Word Limits guide is another great resource that you can access in the student portal. So go in and have a look at that. The word limit for this assignment is 1,200 words, so plus or minus 10%. And the guide there is going to help you use the word limit to determine the depth and breadth of your response and develop a logical structure for your writing. And it's also going to help you calculate how many key points and paragraphs you'll need to address the assessment criteria. Fantastic resource, so go in there and have a look. And again, I've taken this infographic straight from there. So go in and you can read that one at your own leisure, and I would really encourage you to go in and have a look to help you plan out your essay so you get it nice and clear. So have a look at your resources your ELA has provided on the discussion board. Weeks 1 to 6 directly relate to this assignment. Remember that the readings also relate to this assignment, and your e-text is a valuable resource. Please make sure you use it and include it in your reference list. If you use all of these things, I'm really sure that you're going to do well and you can't go wrong. So your essay must be properly referenced, like I had mentioned before, so you need to make sure that you're using in-text citations and your reference list on a separate page using APA Referencing Guide. Make sure that your spelling, grammar and expression is good and you have written in third person. I often get someone to proofread to have a look through to make sure that everything makes sense. Remember, it's professional language and it's presented as an academic piece of work. And you're going to be providing that reference list, and it needs to be on a separate page. And have a look at the Swinburne Library. It's got lots of e-resources and journals that are going to give you a hand to help you support your answer for that essay question. Here's some information in regards to your formatting. We are looking for Times New Roman or Arial, 12 point, 1.5 or double spacing. And you can go through the rest of that and have a look to see what is the requirements for your formatting. Plagiarism. This comes up a lot. Now, particularly in an essay, please make sure that you're not just cutting and pasting other people's work. It's really important that you acknowledge where you're getting your information from. If you are doing direct quotes, you need to make sure that you use your direct quote 66s and 99s, I call them, but make sure that you use those there and you are putting your page numbers in if it is a direct quote, so that we know that has comes directly from someone. If you are paraphrasing some information, you also need to make sure that you've included the reference there at the end. So I just can't stress enough, please don't get caught up in copying and pasting. We want to see your work. We want to see your information in your own words. You're going to be able to check your originality score when you're submitting into Canvas, so make sure you have a look at that, and you do think that might be a bit high, come back and see where you think you might be able to change a little bit around. Here is our rubric expectations. Pay attention to the rubric. Print it out and highlight key sections. This is what we use to mark your work. Read through all the assignment material and the marking criteria. The feedback on your essay will refer to the sections of the rubric you have and you haven't addressed, so your grade should not come as a shock. So assess your drafts against the rubric. Have you covered all the information, done the right thing with the information, excluded irrelevant information, and paid enough attention to referencing and other aspects that might be worth a lot of marks? And here it is here. Here's our rubric. This is what we are using as ELAs to mark your work. So please go through that and make sure that you are highlighting all those things. Look, start at your distinction level and aim high. That's what I say, and I wish you all the best with that. We are working on a holistic rubric, so that means that you are going to need to achieve all the descriptors in the grade allocated before you can move to the next. So you need to ensure that you are meeting all of the descriptors at the pass before you can move to the credit, and so on. And here's our submission information. You'll be submitting the assessment via Canvas. Most of you will now be pros at doing this because you've done your first assessment this way. Ensure you have carefully read these documents in final preparation for your submission. Make sure you have a look at that assignment thread. It's right there. Make sure that you can see it and you use it well, and you've gone in and had a look. Make sure you've gone through the marking rubric, and this is also on the assessments page, so make sure you have a look at that, and the concepts and readings for weeks 1 to 6 as well. Assignment support. Don't forget that in addition to your ELAs who can provide content advice, you can access the 24/7 writing service from Studiosity. So if you need specific questions on your assignment task, please see assignment support. Go into the student portal, see if anything in there can give you a hand. Studiosity can help you in regards to proofreading and also referencing and structure. So that's a really good resource that you can also use. Or your ELA can help you, like I said, in regards to content-specific questions, but they are unable to read drafts. There is penalties for late assignment, so make sure that you are not going to be in that basket where you're going to have a late penalty applied. We really want you to do well, and we'd really encourage you to submit a extension request so that we don't have to apply the penalties for the late assignments coming through. So you may think of many questions after this. Post them in your group's discussion board, or go onto our live collabs on the 12th of December or the 14th of December at 8 p.m. They are recorded, so if you can't get to them, we do know it's a busy time of the year. They will be recording, and we will post that up as soon as possible. But for now, hopefully I've given you a little introduction to this essay, and we can't wait to see you either on the 12th or the 14th of December. Take care, and we'll see you on the boards. Bye.